Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by an actor, producer whose acting runs in the family. You've seen him in Parks and Recreation, The Bay, and now on Showtime's Dexter, Original Sin. We welcome Carlo Mendez.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Sean. I appreciate it.
Carlo, let's go beyond the mic. In The Bay, you played an officer. Now you get to let your bad boy out as cartel boss Hector Estrada. Which do you enjoy more, playing the good guy or the bad boy?
You know, at the beginning of my little small career, I was always like, yeah, the good guy. Let's do the good guy because I want to be in the image of the good guy. But you know what? When I've played the bad guy a couple of times, especially with this last one, playing the bad guy is a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun. There's almost no rules to playing the bad guy. He can be as destructive and crazy and as insane as possible. And that, to me, reaching that point is a lot more fun. Unless you're playing like an anti-hero, that's even that one is as fun too. But playing the bad guy is definitely, I would say, it's so much fun. And I like playing both. But the bad guy, it's just a lot of fun. There's just no rules.
You once said, quote, "Every time I book an acting job, I feel like a kid at Disneyland. I can't believe it, and I'm so excited that I can't think straight," unquote. Why did this role speak to you?
Again, because it's part of the Dexter, universe. It's one of my favorite shows, and it's just so much fun. And that's the thing I love about acting. It's never the same. It's always different. Even, the process is the same of learning your character, going on set, hitting your mark. But you're never repeating the same thing twice. You're never doing the same thing twice. And it's so exciting. So every time I book something, I'm like, really? Did they want me? Really? Are you sure that they got the right guy? And it's just so exciting, and I've always felt like the underdog in life. So every time I book something, I'm like, wow, I can't believe they actually want me, and I'm doing this. This is amazing, and I'm just so excited. I'm so pumped, and I just can't. I'm excited for the next opportunity, and the next one, and just keep going.
So there's a bit of imposter syndrome you've had to tackle.
Oh, always. There's always that, which is fun. Again, it's so much fun because in our daily lives, it's at least in mine, it's kind of mundane. I work out, go home, get some rest as much as possible. But when you're on set, you get to play, you get to have fun, you get to release, you get to let go, and you get to play and have fun. It's like, it's like when I was a kid, you go outside and play. This is the same thing, but as an adult.
When you booked the role and they told you there was a scene of you coming out of a pool, how did you bring up that you didn't know how to swim? I
didn't. So this is the story. So I remember, if I remember correctly, when I first read it, it was coming out of a jacuzzi. I was like, I can do that. I'm not going to drown. But then they changed it to a pool. And then I was like, oof, I don't know how to swim, but, I'll figure something out. I'm like, I'll figure something out. I mean, I'll go to the edge or whatever. I'll figure it out. So comes the day, ready to shoot. And I remember the director's like, all right, it's a big old pool in Miami. And the director's like, all right, just, swim to the middle. Whenever you yell action, just start swimming. I was like, oh, okay. And I remember thinking, I'm going by the edge of the pool like this, and I'm holding on to the edge. And I'm thinking, and I'm looking around. I'm like, all right, there's a lot of crew member here. They're not going to let me drown. I'm not going to die. Somebody will jump in and save me if they see something that I'm going under. So I'm not going to die, which is fine. Maybe I'll drown a little bit, but I'm not going to die. So he says, action. I push off, and I start doggy paddling. And I did it about 15, 20 times. And at one point, once I started putting my foot on at the bottom of the pool, I was able to get out and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, the director, nobody said anything. They didn't tell me to go under the water. I'm like, okay, maybe it's cool. Then, long story short, cut to the next scene, the next episode I'm going to shoot. I'm looking on the call sheet, and I see, Hector Estrada stunt double. And I was like, oh, that's the stunt double for the pool scene. Because I've seen it, my character's supposed to be going in the water and jumping out. And the first thing that my character says is 100 laps a day maintains discipline. And I was like, oh, they realized I couldn't swim and they didn't ask me anything like that. And I was like, all right, but yeah, I was able to pull it off.
Carlo Mendez from Dexter, Original Sin, joins us beyond the mic. And it's time for the Rocky Nate 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no pressure. Favorite personality trait your dad gave you?
Being funny.
How much do you bench and how many reps do you do?
Oh, wow. Good question. How much do I bench? I believe I've done the most is probably 225. I've done about a good 6. And mind you, I'm 225 and I weigh about 175.
What's your favorite 3 workout songs?
Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna go with "I Want It All" by Queen, "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees, and possibly "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins.
Carlo, when you were young, you played Little League Baseball.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played center field, left, and then I pitched for a while, but I had to stop because my arm was hurting.
Your cheat day meal is what?
Pizza.
What kind of pizza?
Barbecue chicken pizza.
The last purchase you made over $10 that isn't gas or groceries.
Last purchase I made was vitamins. Vitamins from Amazon.
I'll allow it. Best memory of your brother Juan Carlos.
Oh, wow. There's so many, but I guess the best one is when he would come to pick me up and we'd go out having, a couple of drinks and just going out and having fun. Yeah.
What's the one thing you do that makes your nieces laugh?
Act a fool. Doing, act a fool, saying jokes, running into the wall, little dumb things like that.
Carlo Mendez from Dexter Original Sin joins us beyond the mic. Time for best and worst. What's the best thing about being an actor? And what's the one thing that's the worst?
The best thing about being an actor is you get to have fun. You get to play. The worst thing about being an actor would be getting up early. Early call times, yeah.
How does each time you hit the set change the way you see your craft?
Good question. It doesn't really change. It just makes me excited. I just get excited for every project. And it goes back to of like, this is really happening. This is amazing. I wish I would have started this when I was younger. It's really exciting. It doesn't really change. I'm just super excited about it. Yeah.
What did you want to be before you were an actor?
I've always wanted to be an actor. That was one of my earliest memories of always being an actor, wanting to be an actor, because I started watching movies and I was just like, I was like, what is this? This is amazing. I remember watching movies since I was like 5-6 years old. But the other thing I would have probably been, had it not worked out, or would have been a cop, would have been a police officer.
Carlo Mendez joins us beyond the mic for one big question. Carlo, why was raising money for charities after losing your brother important for you and change the way you see charity?
You just have to be really passionate about the cause. My brother passed away from cancer, so you just have to be passionate about the cause on what it is. And it affects you. It really does. And when something like that affects you, you want to make a difference. You want to help because it's personally affected you, and it's something that you have to really just be passionate about it and want to help others, because you don't want other people to share your pain when it comes to things like that.
He listens to disco while working out, enjoys a barbecue chicken pizza on cheat day, and wants you to watch Dexter Original Sin on Showtime. Carlo Mendez, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut. If you're enjoying these conversations, please check out another Beyond the Mic episode to find more actors, artists, and people you need to know. We'd also appreciate a like and subscribe on the Good Pods app.